everyone, welcome to Enjoy English. I am your host, Shane.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
And today we are talking about Sealand. It's a tiny nation with an amazing history.
Tiny.
Little itsy bitsy nation. You'll see later just how tiny it is.
对的，所以我们今天要来讲的这个生活快递呢，要讲到一个真的非常非常小，但是却称之为国家的一个地方，它的中文叫西兰啦，西兰公国。然后呢，我们来看一下，它是一个非常小的国家，但是呢，它的 history 却是 amazing， 会让人家非常的惊艳。
And the interesting thing is, it's a nation like no other, and you can be part of it. You.
对 you.
Me too.
Yeah.
Anybody.
每个人都可以。
So that's a very interesting part to tell.
这倒是真的。
All right, why don't we get into today's lesson?
好的，所以我们今天这个与众不同的国家你也可以成为其中一员。我们现在马上就来进入这个文章里面来瞧一瞧咯。
Sealand, a tiny nation with an amazing history. Just about 13 kilometers off the coast of England in the North Sea, a small platform rises above the waves. It was originally a military fort called Ruff's Tower. The fort was built by the British during World War II to protect Great Britain from Germany. Today, this fort is a micronation known as Sealand. In the 1960s, British Army veteran Roy Bates wanted to set up a radio station that was free from the control of the British government. Eventually, he settled on Ruff's Tower, which had been built in international waters. Once he realized its unique legal position in the ocean, Bates decided to found a new country. On September 2nd, 1967, he named the fort Sealand and declared himself Prince Roy. However, it was not all smooth sailing for the new country. The British military made several unsuccessful attempts to take back the fort. In August 1978, the most dramatic event in Sealand's history took place. A team of Dutch and German men took the country by force and kidnapped Prince Roy's son, Michael. Luckily, Michael managed to return to the UK a few days later. Soon after, Prince Roy came up with a plan to reclaim his land, which ended in success.
I remember when I was in Los Angeles, California, we had a place in California called Sealand.
Oh.
But it was like one of those places, like not an aquarium, but like an ocean park. And you can see
海洋公园
Yeah, you can see dolphins, you can see killer whales,
杀人鲸
you can see sharks, you can see everything. And it was called SeaWorld. But this is a different SeaWorld.
对，不一样的。
Okay, so let's find out about SeaWorld.
Okay.
Just about 13 kilometers off the coast of England in the North Sea, a small platform rises above the waves.
Rise above.
So it's just a small platform,
Yeah.
right? That just rises above the waves. This little nation. This little nation. So it's just off the coast of England. So the coast is where the water meets the land. So all you need to do is just go 13 kilometers off the coast, and there you are in this tiny little nation.
好，所以这个可见这个国家呢，它距离这个岸边呢非常非常的近。它只有多长的距离呢？13公里处的一个 北海里面，好，它就在英国的这个外海，所以记得这个 off the coast of 就是指它距离海岸的这个距离大概是多远，但它实际上还是 in the sea， 它是在海里面的哈。然后它是一个很小的一个平台而已。那这个平台呢，它是矗立在哪里呢？ Rise 我们知道就是上升的意思 ，above 就在什么上面，它就在这个波涛波浪上面，然后一个小小的一个平台，所以我们可以看得到图片里面，哈，相信同学在看这个杂志的图片里面，你都可以看得到，它就是一个平台，那就称为一个国家。
Wow, interesting. It was originally a military fort called Ruff's Tower. Oh, okay. So that's where the military used to be, and now it is a little nation.
所以原来这个地方呢，它其实啊，最初的时候 ，originally 就是原本的时候，最初的时候，它其实是一个军事的堡垒。我们知道这个 fort 就是保护那个这个怕有一些敌人攻进来，然后那个军人要守在那个里面的一个堡垒。那它的名字呢，中文呢翻成怒涛塔，它只是一个塔而已，这样子。
Okay. The fort was built by the British during World War II to protect Great Britain from Germany. Okay. So this fort was there in case Germany came to try to attack Britain. Then they could fight them from there.
没错
Right.
对，所以这个堡垒呢，为什么会有这个堡垒的呢？这个目的呢，就是那个时候在二战期间，英国人呢，为了想要保护他们的国家啦，好，怕说受到这个德国的一个攻击，所以才建造出这样的一个军事堡垒。
Okay. Today, this fort is a micronation known as Sealand. So a micronation, micro means very, very, very small, right? So it is a nation still nonetheless, but it is just a micronation.
没错，所以刚刚老师讲了 micro 这个字首呢，就是表示啊很微小、很微小的意思，所以它就是一个微型的一个国家哈。那这个国家呢，在今天呢，我们就把它称之为 Sealand， 就是称之为这个所谓西兰公国。那因为呢，这个 micronation 呢，除了我们中文翻成微型国家，也有人把它翻成私人的国家。对，就是他自己某一个人所创造出来的，对，所以它也是一个私人国家。
没错。Okay, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
好的。
Okay, so you were talking about this is someone's personal nation.
没错。
Right? So let's learn a little bit about this person who founded this nation.
没错。
In the 1960s, British Army veteran Roy Bates wanted to set up a radio station that was free from the control of the British government. So he didn't want the British government to be telling him what he can say on his radio station. He just wanted to be free from British rule. So he built this radio station there.
没错，所以这个人呢是在1960年代，这个创立这个微型国家、私人国家的这个人呢，他其实是一个英国的 veteran， 就是我们讲的退伍了。他已经不在军队里面任职了，他已经是退伍的一个军人了。那他的名字呢就叫罗伊贝兹。这个人呢，他其实当时呢只是想说啊，我要建立一个创造一个所谓的广播电台。可是我这个广播电台，我希望是 that was free from， 这个 be free from 的意思就是不用受到别人的限制或约束，就是我这个电台想要，就是我自己要怎么去管理这个电台就怎么管理，所以他希望不要受到英国政府的这个控制的一个广播电台，所以呢，他当时就是设立了这样的一个广播电台。
Very interesting. Okay. Eventually, he settled on Ruff's Tower, which had been built in international waters. Oh, okay. So he decided that he was going to go to Ruff's Tower, and it was in international waters, meaning that it's not actually under the control of Britain. Officially, it's in international waters, right?
对，所以这边有讲得很清楚，它这个地点呢选在的是在 international waters， 这 water 加了 s 就是我们讲的一块一块的水域哈。那这个水域呢，因为它是国际的水域，意思就是说你英国政府也没有办法完全去就是控制或掌控这一片水域，所以他当时呢 eventually 就是这个事情发生到了最后呢，他终于怎么样选定了。他选定set on 的意思就是我决定了，我选定了就是这个怒涛塔。然后因为呢这个怒涛塔呢当时就是建立在这个国际的水域中，就可以不用受到英国政府的控制。
Yeah, if you settle on something, it means you've made a decision to do something, right? Okay. Once he realized its unique legal position in the ocean, Bates decided to found a new country. Because it was in international waters, he realized that just means that, it came to his mind. This is in international waters. So he decided that legally he could go ahead and found a new country. So he was like a pioneer going to a new country. He's like, this is my country now.
没错，所以老师刚刚讲这个 pioneer 的意思，就是他是第一个到那边去殖民的人，所以他就想说，干脆直接来把它变成一个国家算了。对，这个人很聪明哎。好，所以这个退休的这个退役的军人呢，贝兹呢，他当时呢就刚才老师讲的，一旦当他呢 realize， 就当他发现到、了解到，其实这个堡垒呢，它本身有着相当特殊的一种法律 legal， 就这么讲，它是合法的。这个法律的这个地位之后呢，尤其是在这个海里面呢，所以呢，这个退伍的这个军人，这个退役的军人，他就想说，那干脆我决定呢，就直接我来建立一个新的国家好了。
Hey, why not, right? I'd like to have my own country too.
对啊，我想自己当国王啊，自己当总统啊。
Hey, not bad.
对啊。
I think king would be kind of cool, right? King of Sealand. Okay. On September 2nd, 1967, he named the fort Sealand and declared himself Prince Roy.
是 Prince， 他不是 King。
I would call myself King Roy. If it were me, I would go all the way and decide to be the king of the island.
Okay.
But Prince Roy, why not?
所以他还算蛮 humble 的。
Very humble.
对，他只是说好啦，我就叫王子就可以了啦，不要国王啦，有点太夸张了。好，所以这个时间点是在1967的9月2号。那他呢，当时就命名好这一个堡垒呢，就叫 Sealand。然后呢，并且他自己宣布 declare， 就是公告大家，告诉你们啦，我呢就是罗伊亲王，我就是这个王子了，这样子。
Yep, it's called Sealand. He named it Sealand and said, "Hey, I'm a prince here." Pretty clever.
Yeah,
I like it. Okay, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so he establishes this new country, right? So I wonder what, the government, the British government is going to think about this.
可能他们会很生气，你随便乱成立一个国家。
Yeah, this is my country. I'm a prince.
Yeah.
Just do it all by yourself. I don't know. So let's find out how this goes.
Okay.
However, it was not all smooth sailing for the new country. Now, when we say something is smooth sailing, we just mean that everything goes very well. There's no problems. Everything is easy. And there is nobody bothering you. So they use smooth sailing here because we're talking about water. So it's very clever. But it was not all smooth sailing.
对，所以他就讲了，就像刚才 Shane 老师说的，你要在人家的国家里面自己放一个国家，然后又说，我就是那个王，对不对？那当然呢，会让人家觉得，你怎么可以在我的国家里面自己弄一个国家呢 ？However， 所以它出现了这样的一个转折字。然而呢，这个新的国家呢，其实它的发展呢，并非一帆风顺。所以刚刚老师讲所谓的 smooth sailing， 我们知道这个 sail 就是航行的意思，所以就是航行起来呢没有这么样的平顺，也就是我们讲的一帆风顺的意思。
Right. The British military made several unsuccessful attempts to take back the fort.
It's mine.
Yeah, well, that's pretty surprising to me that the military is going to have problems getting it back from just this one guy. So I wonder if he had some weapons or maybe they just...
There was no AI in that era. OK， 那个时候年代没有 AI 耶，这个人怎么那么厉害？
Wow, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, but they want to take back the fort because originally it was theirs, right?
Yeah.
Ruff's tower, right? So they'll probably feel like, who is this guy? What does he think he's doing building this radio tower here and just declaring that this island is now mine?
对啊，
But it was unsuccessful. They couldn't take back the fort.
对，好奇怪，一整个军队竟然打不赢这一个人，所以我们刚刚才想说，这个人到底他用的这个武器难不成是 AI 什么？可是那时候又没有 AI 智慧型武器，对不对？所以当时的英国军队呢，曾经做过好几次的，你看他这个 attempt 还加了 s，attempts 就是指说我们要完成一件比较困难的事，所以去做了一些尝试，所以他们好几次several。好几次，可是都没有成功的这样的一个尝试。那他们去做什么？就想说，我要把这个堡垒夺回来，这是我的国家的东西，你怎么可以随便把一个堡垒变成你的国家啊？对不对？我要把它拿回来，但是怎么搞的？竟然都没有成功。对，结果竟然没有成功，太奇怪了。
Interesting. In August 1978, the most dramatic event in Sealand's history took place. So a dramatic event just means that there is lots of drama. And drama just means that there is going to be a lot of excitement and a lot of interesting things are going to happen. It's very dramatic.
这个字你光看它就是 drama 作为一个开头嘛，所以就是很戏剧化。所谓很戏剧化，就像老师刚才讲的你会发生一件很刺激啦、很惊心动魄的一件事情。那这个事情呢，发生在1978年的8月，那个时候呢，就发生了这样子的一个最惊心动魄的一个事件。那就在这个所谓的西兰公国的历史上。
So what happened? A team of Dutch and German men took the country by force and kidnapped Prince Roy's son, Michael.
这个不好这很低级的手法。
很低级。
对呀，怎么可以把人家的儿子给就这样子绑架走了呢？
So it wasn't even the British, the Dutch and German.
对啊，还不是英国人。
So yeah, they just go there and they kidnap his child. They don't bother with him. They just take his son Michael and kidnap him and be like, okay, now what are you gonna do?
Yeah, 有点用类似像 threaten you. Okay, give my country back. Give my fort back.
Or maybe they just want it for themselves. You know, it's the Dutch and the Germans. So they thought, hey, you know, the British can't do it.
Yeah.
So why don't we give it a try?
大家都来抢。
I know. We'll kidnap his son.
所以我刚刚说这个其实是一个不是很好的一个方法啦。就是呢，本来应该想说是英国政府应该要来派兵来这个把这个就所谓的塔夺回来。可是因为他们试了好几次都不成功嘛，结果呢，就干脆呢，这个荷兰人跟德国人他们自己呢来把这个国家拿回来。可是他们拿回来的时候呢，是有一点强行 by force， 就是用武力的意思。比如说我攻你，我一直攻，然后把你攻下来。攻下来之后呢，并且除了这样子之外，他们还把人家的这个王的儿子给他绑架走了。
Yeah, so they probably came there with some guns and things and said, hey, give me your son. You're not giving this country up, you give us your son. Ha ha.
Ha ha.
Okay, luckily, Michael managed to return to the UK a few days later.
还好。
Okay, so they did kidnap him, but they returned him back to the UK, where they think he belongs because he should be a citizen, not of Sealand, but of the UK. So I guess the UK accepted him back and said, yeah, that's right. You are actually, from, you're British.
Yeah.
You're not Sealandish. Can I make up that word?
Yeah, sure.
Sealandish?
Yeah.
Yeah, so luckily, it sounds like he was unharmed and brought back there just a few days later. But I'm sure it was still a very traumatic
Yeah, 没错。
event, right?
对，所以呢，这个儿子叫 Michael 了哈。Michael 呢，很幸运的就是说，他过了几天之后呢，他后来还是呢 manage to， 所谓的 manage to 就是成功的做到一件事情了，就他后来还是返回他自己的国家，真正的国家就是英国，因为他毕竟是英国人嘛，他就是刚刚老师讲，他总不是西兰公国人，所以老师刚刚讲 Sealandish， 他自己自创了一个字。
Thank you. Yes. Okay, soon after, Prince Roy came up with a plan to reclaim his land, which ended in success.
Oh.
So he was able to get the land back, and it was successful. So it ended in success. If you say something ends in something, that just means that is the final outcome, right? That is how it ends, is that he gets it back, at least at that time.
对，所以老师刚刚讲这个 final outcome 就是指最后的结果就是这个样子了。所以不久之后呢，就是刚才讲的这个亲王呢，他就说了，我自己想到了一个所谓的 plan， 一个计划。我这个计划呢，就是要 reclaim， 这个 re 就是 again 的意思，我就要把我自己的国家拿回来哦，这是我的领土，我要把我的领土拿回来。那所以最后呢，他也确实成功了。
Yes. Okay, very interesting. Okay, well, that's all for part 1, but hey, we have part 2 to come to find out what is going to happen to this little micronation, Sealand.
好的。
Okay.